The whole aspect of tackling insecurity, the rising insecurity in the country, looking at the Okuama massacre, I have with me a seasoned guest from my extreme left, a security expert and the president and convener of Security, Sapphire Sea Shield Awareness Security. He is the convener, the president, and the founder of that. And he is Reverend Dr. Sheriff Azeke. Good to have you join.
Thank you for having me this morning.
And next to Reverend Dr. Sheriff Azeke is also the convener of the Citizens of Edo Forum.
Concerned
Edo Citizens Forum, and he is also AKA the voice of the communal, and he is a public affairs analyst and lobbyist. Roy Olivabo, thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I think a whole lot has been said concerning how to tackle insecurity and the functions of the government in making sure that the security agents find a lasting solution to all of these problems. We keep hearing about the issues of kidnapping. And again, just the aspect of the Okuama killings, where it's been reported that the military, embarked on a peaceful mission in order to resolve disputes between communities. Unfortunately, made their untimely death in the gruesome killing of 16 military officials and soldiers. What do you have to say in that regard, as regard the lapses and security checks that transpired in Okuama? Dr. Sheriff.
Well, that situation, very pathetic, painful, and disappointing. What happened at Okuama was a national embarrassment. This is our time, things like this. We are not in war. Why should we be losing our soldiers in that manner? A very terrible and pathetic situation for us to wake up in the morning to hear such a news that 16 officers, trained Nigerian military officers, not just killed, butchered, and beheaded, so to say. It's not something we should wake up in the morning to hear. And the situation of Nigeria today in the area of security is getting deeper and deeper in the unsolved, because things are not well done. When things are not well done, what you see is what you are getting. When it comes to security, we have to look at the nitty-gritty of it, the causes, the factors. You don't handle security from the top. You handle, it's a grassroots issue. It's a localized matter. So we should localize it so we can get results. And it is high time for us to really wake up everybody. It's not just the uniformed people. Everybody is a stakeholder to security matters. Okay. And on this one, there should be strong awareness and education.
Okay. According to reports, it was said that the military and the soldiers, they went for a peaceful mission in Okuama community in order to look at how to resolve issues concerning the communal clashes that they were having with Okobolo. And looking at what transpired, although we heard allegations as per what was reported by some members of the community that said that it was even the army that started the attack when they demanded that after having a meeting with them, they demanded that they would want some of the leaders to go with them, of which the community members refused, and so they attacked. Now, the question here is the military the best suit to resolve communal clashes?
Presently, the way you look at that picture, that is the work of the police. That's the work of the police. When it comes to communal clashes, it's the work of the police, because they are into the internal security of the people. And we see the military coming into play from that direction. The question, where is the place of the police? And there should be a kind of understanding between the military and the citizens. You should be able to build a strong relationship, strong awareness. Let the people know, let even the military also know that their job is to protect the people. Because when this gap is there, what you just found is what we keep on seeing. When the defenders, or those who are supposed to be defended, they see themselves as enemies. We should not see the military as enemies, neither the military seeing the citizens as enemies. There should be a strong rapport. And this rapport can only take place when there is awareness, education, enlightenment. When these enlightenments are done, that these people in the military, they are there to safeguard, to protect the interests of the citizens.
Okay.
And there's a joint understanding. I think this kind of thing will not
okay. Let's take your thought on the community, on the military, on this peace mission to find a lasting solution between the communities. How do you see that?
Well, to me, I think the killing, I personally, when I received the news, I was perplexed. You know, I was disappointed. Killing in any form, I don't subscribe to it. Where I'm from, in East and Southeast, Okuama, we forbid killing. Therefore, anytime I receive that news, killing, I'm always not happy. You have no right under the sun to take a life of a fellow human being, no matter what must have prevailed. You know, but I am also very bothered that in this country we are not getting it right. Because issues that are supposed to be on a peaceful mission, these are not, if there was an issue of a communal fight between a community, that's also supposed to be the responsibility of the soldiers. They are meant to go there on a peaceful mission. You know, what we expect, there are many sister organizations who can quickly do that. You agree with me that over the years, because of the relationship we had with the military and the soldiers, some persons, even at this my age, if I see a soldier man, I'm also even very scared. You know, there have never been that relationship, you know. But notwithstanding, the military, the way and manner the military were murdered in that place is condemnable. I must say that. But it's also very unfortunate that the military, we might lead you to understand it as a lobbyist. How we expect in that movement, this was a riverine area, highly waterlogged, how we expect that the Navy are supposed to do that. The Navy is supposed to be a part of those delegations because the environment.
You said the what?
I said the navies are supposed to be a part because of the environment.
The Navy?
Yes,
okay.
We were told that those environments are riverine area, highly waterlogged. There are people, there are personnel that are trained who can also, in terms of managing the rivers, in terms of any uprising within the riverine area, who will do more better. I expect the navies to also take it. But that also goes to show the situation about this country. That agencies, there are no communication between agencies in this part of the world. And that's the reason why they have not been able to work together. The synergy is not there. And these are the issues we have been saying. There are supposed to be a synergy between all the agencies. The sister agencies are supposed to work together in one harmony. They are supposed to work together for the unity of this country. But you see an organization, an agency moving forward without informing the sisters organization. And that's the reason why the kind of calamity that happened there. If there was a communication between the police, the levies, and the military men who went on that mission, that could have not happened. Because the basis of interaction could have been different.
Of course, yes.
Because at least it's a communal issue. Why we expect that communal discussion? Even the elders within are not supposed to even. So only when they are failing, the police can also do that. But it's quite unfortunate the way and manner they murdered our soldiers. You know, I am very bothered, as I said. But when you take a personal or a statistics of the money that have been invested by Nigerian government to train those soldiers,
by taxpayers,
you will know that of a truth that Nigeria, this is not the best time for Nigerians. For Nigeria and Nigerians, we must step on the game. You agree with me that even as I was coming out, there was a report somebody sent to me that I have not verified. There are some military officers who was also killed in Niger State yesterday that I have not verified. Somebody just forwarded me on social media. You look at the level of kidnapping, it's on the increase again. You have come again, and you can see the numbers of killing that is going on. As we are talking now, the chairman of PDP in Edo State, is seeing under the captivity of the Marudas.
Therefore, what about the 287 pupils that were abducted? And even the fresh reports we have here that another 86 also abducted.
These are the issues. And Nigerian government, this is the time not to play politics. This is the time for Nigerian government to come out very strong. Strong in the sense that there must be a round pair in a round hole. We are not doing much. Nigerian government is not doing much. They have not started doing well to address the issue. The issue of hunger is on the increase now. And we were told elementarily that a hungry man is an angry man. Nigeria government cannot be able to provide solution to the level of hunger that is happening in the country now. And people are gradually resorting to self-help. That is not helping us as a people. Nigeria government there must be a deliberate policy for Nigeria government at this material time. We were thinking and hoping that the issue of kidnapping, the issue of killing would drastically be reduced under this administration. But what we are saying now, for the past 3 weeks now, we are beginning to be very scared again. We are going back to that era where the terrorism was even at its peak. And where we are heading to in this country, if my memory will not fail me, with the numbers of persons I've heard and I've read in new pages of newspaper and other categories, there are more than 2,000. What does that show to us? That we are not doing well in that aspect. This is the time for we to revisit the security attention of this country. This is not time for you to say, this is my brother, I have to be in a position. This is the time for you. Look for the best. And I'll continue to tell Nigeria, if discussion will provide solution, let's engage the people and discuss. If we are to go there and negotiate, then negotiate. America, as powerful as America, saw them negotiating. They have negotiated and they were able to get results. You go to different countries in the world, they negotiate. When it's matter, we don't have, it is not very clear to me, sorry to say.
It's unconstitutional for the government or for any individual to negotiate with terrorists or bandits. It's
not about the constitutional matter. It's about the welfare of the people. The Nigerian government, as of today, we don't have what it is.
Are you by that saying that the constitutional provision should be breached?
I am not telling, these are on daily basis. Is it the constitution that, these are no issues that refer to the constitution. The constitution never told you that you should eat 4 times a day. When you are hungry, you have to eat as a man. We are in a critical situation in this country. If discussion, negotiation will give us, negotiation and discussion must not necessarily be money must essential. You apply the service of a lobbyist who can also reach out to these people and say, what are the issues? You are looking at it from an angle where we discuss about negotiation. People always believe that it have to be money. No. If you apply the service of a lobbyist, they will be discussing and the issue because they will not be mentioning money. Money is secondary in this dimension. Let us, first of all, let us know the mission. Let us know what these people, nobody even know what is their mission now. What do they really need? Nobody know. Therefore, if we engage them and discuss with them and negotiate with them, we will know. On that side, we cannot formulate a workable direction to rescue the whole situation.
We'll come back there to tackle it. But let's look at the seemingly huge number of arms and ammunition that are with the civilian population. That seem to outnumber that with the security agents. There seem not to be checked by the government. What do you make of that?
You can trace it to our borders. Our borders are very porous. When your borders are porous, what do you expect? Anything can come in. I keep on saying it, the porosity of a Nigerian border is very high. The way people come into this country unchecked. If you cannot check the people, how can you check what they carry? For some time now, a lot of people have entered this country unchecked. In the issue of porosity of our borders, they come in with all manner of things. As we are talking now, we have a lot of Marudas everywhere in our midst. Because when you look at this thing, it's like nobody's checking these guys. Even in Benin City here, you see a lot of people who are not Nigerians. Where are they coming from? Go to the Auchi Road every day, you see trucks of human beings, not cows, not animals, moving to this direction. When they stop somewhere, all of them will come down, enter the forest, going to nowhere. They are all around. If they can come in this form, how much more things they carry to this country? We have arms everywhere. We don't need to hide this issue, because one thing about security, when you are not sincere, insincerity breeds insecurity.
There are arms everywhere. They are even within the youths.
Yes.
You know, we have communities where they talk about land dispute that actually led to the challenge that Okuama had with Okolobo, their neighboring community. You know, it was all about land disputes. And here in Benin, here in and other states, we also see land disputes, you know, resorting to violence. And then you see a civilian, you see a youth brandishing weapons. Now, how can we tackle this from that point?
This is the state we have found ourselves. Like what I said, the porosity of our borders. We should check our borders.
But they're already in. So how can we tackle the ones that are in?
Like the police will tell you, whatever arms you have, bring them out. I know a lot of people will not do that. But we need to begin to talk to our people, sensitize them on the need of security. The government should look at the economy, because when the economy is okay, the insecurity issue will be abated.
Okay.
The more the economy is going bad, the more the insecurity level is going up. And they move pari passu. We cannot avoid this aspect.
Okay.
Because when the economy is going down, there's no way you can handle security issue or abate it or manage it. It will be going up. Like what he said about food security. When the man is hungry, what do you expect him to do? There's hunger in the land. Look at our food stuff. Go to the market now, you see this, the way things are going up every day without check. I watched something yesterday about the Lagos State governor trying to do one or two things about food security. How long will they do that? The farms are already taken over by these kidnappers, Marudas. Our people can't go to farm. A young man was encouraged to go to farm. This young man, his father was killed in the farm. His mother was killed in the farm. How do you encourage such a person to go to the farm?
Okay.
And when farmers don't go to farm again, what do you expect? That is the worst insecurity you can experience.
Okay, Roy, let's look at the aspect of the land disputes and the ownership of these weapons by youths, or those who we can call in our local parlance Okaile, having all of these issues surrounding lands. By the time you see any challenge, they brandish their weapons. Are they supposed to go with weapons?
Because Nigeria as a country is gradually navigating towards a failed state. That's the reason why we are navigating towards that. You have just confessed to us now. That,
I didn't say that.
No, you just.
I didn't say that. That's your opinion.
You
just said it.
No,
but let's remind you that in every polity being developed or developing, they have a challenge of insecurity.
Of course.
So the portion of insecurity we have in developing politics, you can say, are quite uncontrolled.
Of course.
But a huge number of that also, we have in the developed politics.
Of course.
So it's not peculiar to Africa or Nigeria alone.
Even crime and criminality is a part of the society. When the theory of society was formulated, by Thomas Hobbes,
Right.
He knows that a time will come that the deviants will be in the society. Then what do? They were not looking at how do we solve this issue. Solutions have already been there.
Yeah.
And when you are talking about people brandish guns,
we are talking about the theory of the state, how government came into being.
It came. And now, what are the issues? Let's relate it to Nigeria. As of today, to win an election in Nigeria, you need the service of thugs. And thugs does not just operate; they operate with guns. And even in the last election,
you mean youths, the service of the youth?
I don't want to say youth. I say talks, because there are youths that are very responsible and decent who have never seen gun in their eye. If it is not because of television, I doubt whether yours sincerely have seen a gun in my entire life. I saw it on the film. That would tell them I see genuine and sincere youth who have never seen gun in their life in terms of holding it. You understand me? These are the issues. The Nigeria issue is that one of the primary and the immediate cause of you see guns is that politicians patronize these thugs. They empower them with guns. Very just now, we saw election in Lagos. We were told, news were there, you see some persons who were holding guns. Even in the midst where the military were there, the police were there, they were still holding guns. People were not questioning there because they were working and fighting for the power that be. Even the power that does not even be. People see your gun. In the intention, you will also be thinking that they are working for the power that be.
Mostly the riverine areas, for instance. There are different places they can put these weapons.
Weapons is a part of human life. People want to protect themselves. When government is failing, people now resort to self-help. People want to protect themselves. Even as I was driving to this place just now, because I don't have what it takes to have a gun, I have a cutlass in my that is what I can afford, and that is the level I have gotten to. And because of the fear I have, and I said, let me also have a cutlass. You understand? Gradually, the security of lives and property, which is the primary function of government, is no longer there. The Nigerian government does not bother about what is going on. And that's the reason why they are not going to the root of the matter. The root of the matter is very easy. When the police, anytime I hear police that return your guns and all that, I say, no, these are not solutions. The solutions are very direct. How do we tell people? One, let's go for profiling. Let's go for data analysis. So let us even go for a comprehensive data of our people. Let us know people who reside in a geographical area.
At a point that was ongoing when later some of them, started joining vigilante groups. in order to get their guns licensed.
No, you cannot. In this discussion, you cannot reduce vigilante group to what we are talking about. The vigilante group, they are doing their job different from what you are talking about. You cannot, because we don't want to see gun, that somebody will want to bring out the vigilante group. You agree with me that the service of vigilante in Edo State, if I have to use Edo State as a
I'm telling you about some who got their guns licensed. You know, they could use the vigilante as a disguise. But while embarking on heinous crimes, they could also peddle it.
The kind of gun, the kind of gun they use to perpetrate this kind of criminality, they are not guns that you see with vigilante. With due respect, you must, let's call it spade a spade. The kind of guns those men use, those Marudas, you know, those terrorists, are not guns that the vigilante hold. You cannot just say that. Because you see the high level of gun those guys parade. One begin to wonder who even trained them. You can even see their sophistication. You see their level, the management of the gun. Then you begin to wonder, how do they even acquire this kind of training? And do you know what it is that a military officer, even, I was told that the commanding officer was also a part of it. You went to a community and we were told they were all ambushed. Then that goes to show you that those who also perpetrate those acts have also been, they have taken it to the next level in terms of thinking, in terms of even want to achieve their heart desire to do that.
They were ready because with the way it played out, it was like though the military officers came for the meeting for a peace mission, but the other group were ready. Peradventure anything goes wrong, or peradventure they are being forced to surrender or anything, then they could attack. I think that was what happened.
No, when you said they can attack, one, you are going on a mission. You are in those river areas. These are very volatile areas. And that's the reason why I keep on maintaining that. When the military were going, they are supposed to move with also level officers who will also be there as a backup. You cannot be, the present day Nigeria now, you cannot be going for any discussion, especially when you know you are from the security angle that you just put all your eggs in one basket. You cannot expect all the whole persons who went for a meeting to be sitting down at the table and be discussing. One will naturally expect them to have a way to position themselves so that in case of any emergency, they should be able to say, oh, we have our persons there. You don't move to a community that is very volatile. Because what happened in the Riverina area over the years, we have been told, the records are there, that there's a level of oil theft going on in those sectors. And most of the parents are around that area. And that is where they made their money. And there are some of those sophistication of their weapons they are also using, are also coming because of the money they have. They have the resources to get them. When you are going to that kind of environment, you don't limit your numbers. You don't just go there and say, we are going to talk, we'll sit down and say,
you have a plan B.
You must have a plan B. And that is the reason why.
Because it goes nasty.
Whichever way it wants to go. You don't even know, as a trained military officer, I have seen them, I've even seen a senior officer, even, you know, they are even in a canteen eating. I've never seen all of them just sit down on the table and start eating. Some of them who provide the spread around. They spread, and after it is some council come. We are seeing it like that. What happened in this community call for a serious concern. And Nigeria as at today, the Nigerian government must now say, let's revisit what we have been doing. Our method, this president just came about. We are still using the old method. I'm happy that the security expert is here. We are still using old method. We are still using what was used before. During the last administration, we never had the result. They were not able to give result. We are still investing on there. What do we need to do now? Our security advisor, does that mean they are not giving the right information? The president and presidency must, a matter of urgency now, they visit and say, we don't longer need to be using that method we are using. Okay. They should come with new method, new idea. That is our government.
Let's get the reaction of Dr. Sheriff Azeke. Because I think the whole aspect of, you know, ammunitions with the civilian population, he made a case, you know, in the riverine areas, for instance, and the huge amount of funds that some of these people get in order to have these weapons, because they are into a very high-end business.
And like what I said, security is a grassroots issue, and it should be tackled from the grassroots. I think we are missing something very well. But before then, we have gotten to the point when you see a military man, a soldier, there's this kind of fear that comes to the minds of the civilians. They are not seen as friendly people. That's why I say that education must be done. Then secondly, I think the government is not proactive in the issue of community policing. We'll be ringing the bell, we'll be beating the drum, call it community police, right from the days of Jonathan Goodluck to President Buhari, and presently we are skipping that aspect. Community police, it is overdue for Nigeria to introduce community police, because these guys, they understand more about the community, not even the military.
The killing of the military officers and the soldiers has nothing to do with community police.
No.
Because it was a clash. It was a clash. And the challenge here is like what you said. There seems to be a breach of trust. Like the moment they see a military officer, there seems to be this mode of attacking a military officer or being apprehensive, not necessarily fear, of being apprehensive or being defensive. You know, that shouldn't be.
That is why
they are supposed to be there to protect us.
That's why I said initially there should be a rapport between the military and the citizens. Once in a while, this rapport should be strengthened. And I'm still saying it. Nigeria is due for community policing. Just like what he said about the vigilante. Like in Edo State, you can see a relative peace in Edo State. Let's call a spade a spade. You can feel the peace to an extent in the area of security. And you see what the government is doing, training more vigilantes. Right now, as we are talking, training is going on. More than 2,000 vigilantes are going training.
As we are talking.
As we are talking. So when they are going to have their personal parade tomorrow, I think so, because I am part of that training. I was in the class yesterday, addressing them. More than 2,000 guys being trained, and I keep on talking to them about this issue of code of conduct. That's my course, code of conduct. And when these guys are well trained and they pull out from that system, they are spread everywhere. To an extent, if there's a community problem, before the police will even come in, they're able to address the issue because they are part of the community.
Okay, going back to the Okuama issue. Now, you could see they were ambushed because he made an illustration of what would have been the plan if the military officer and soldiers were going for an attack. They wouldn't have taken that mode of relaxing security, because what seemed to happen was that it's like they relaxed security because they wanted to go on a peace meeting with these people. Now, do you subscribe to what he said as regards having a plan B, even if you want to embark on a peace meeting?
Very much well. I support that. You know, we have lost a lot of military officers within this period. Very pathetic, painful. These are our brothers, our fathers. These are people who volunteer to do that job. It's not an easy job. And where I see some kind of a failure is the lack of using technology to address security at this present time. We don't use this aspect of every time there's a problem, you send people to the battleground. The world is moving fast.
Okay.
The world is becoming more technologically arranged. So in this kind of thing, we use technology to address too many things.
And that aside, I think bringing in the police, you know, will go a long way to reduce tension or reduce anything that has to do with maybe defensive attack or attacks against security agents. Because some have said that the military could not be the best approach in terms of resolving issues that has to do with the community.
Yeah.
But again, there's this fear, there's this challenge that the police seem not to be highly respected by the community as per respecting the military.
When you talk about respect,
what do you mean?
No. I'm trying to see why the military had to embark on that peace mission. Because if it was to be the police to embark on that peace mission, they would have seen it with a drag that, with less of respect. But there is much respect as compared to the police that the citizens or the civilians have for the military, or fear. So, but
it's not respect.
Okay.
You don't use the word respect.
Okay.
Use the word fear. Because the police, that is their job.
Okay, but we didn't see that. We didn't see that in the peace meeting.
And that is their job. They are trained.
The attack that came was not like they were afraid.
Because when you are
like they just planned it out and took what they needed to take.
I think when you are going for peace mission, there's a way you put up yourself.
Or you suspect that such youths may not be the ones that would have carried out that dastardly act, because it was like so professional. And sometimes you wonder if they were really done by the youths, or could they be missionaries? What are your thoughts?
I think investigation is going on that. I will not unveil that. Investigation is going on, and they're trying to unveil something that really has happened there.
Okay.
But I still want to say, communal clashes, the police should be well involved. That is their job. Let's call a spade a spade.
Okay.
When you push the police out of the picture and begin to use military, the common Nigerian, when you see a military man, a soldier man, there's this kind of natural fear that comes around.
Okay.
They are scared. But the police, they are more civil when they are addressing issues. They come around, they are closer to the people than the military.
Okay, let's get your take. Investigations are ongoing and the military is on top of it. But some have said that, well, the military is already having its casualties, and should it be the right body to be part of this investigation? What do you think?
When you say investigations are going, I begin to wonder, what are they investigating? You know, the issue of investigation, I don't subscribe to it. What are you investigating? Souls have been murdered there. What are you investigating? Are you, what we need to...
Don't forget the marching order of the president that the perpetrators must be brought to book.
No, bringing them to book. That's a slogan in the presidency. What are you, is it, we are not new to it. We are not new to it. I'm not carried away with those things. Because day in, day out, you hear them dishing out on that. It's just copy and paste. They have changed their data and say they release the press statement. Is that what will now be moving me? You know, the issues of girls are very direct. As he said, technology. The society is evolving at a very fast rate. Nigeria, you will record that in the US, at a time, kidnapping was high. At a time, armed robbery was high. And the government said, no, we can't continue. They now resort to technology. If you kidnap in America, now reside in America, you collect ransom. It's going to be very hard. If not possible for you to collect ransom in America and spend the money there. You know, these are technology-driven process. But by now, the Nigerian government supposed to be looking at that way to fight crime and criminality using technology. This is not time for you to be declaring people to forest. This is not time for you to sit down and say people must go to forest. This is time for you. You saw it very just now. You saw it in Saudi Arabia. How they manage their pipeline. Okay. Every person is in the office. Gadgets are there. Those who are in the office are telling you there's a leakage somewhere. If you want to tamper with their pipeline, those in the office are using technology to tell you what is going on. Okay, and they are getting results more than we. People will last people to the forest. We cannot continue to work. This is 21st century. And we continue to use that Adam and Age method to get results.
Thank you, Ryan. We'll continue to interact and see how we can get this done. But at this point, big thanks, Reverend Dr. Sheriff Azeke, for taking our time to be part of this. And of course, our lobbies and public affairs analyst. Big thanks, Royal Oribabo.